Welcome to today's analysis. It is the 22nd of May. It's a Monday, and we're going to look at the DAX and FTSE, both on the Friday trading and an outlook for today's trading as well. Let's dive straight in. So on Friday, we've held a trade over the weekend because the market came up, touched the R2, held above it for a little bit, only for about 20 points. And then we've seen it come down for about 50 points. I had quite a decent sized target. I was going for a big win because the positioning of the market is very high at the moment. We haven't quite touched on the weekly. We've still got a bit to go in terms of the Bollinger Band. But on a daily, we have actually touched and reached outside of that Bollinger Band, the upper band. So I was actually hoping for more of a decline that we've seen. The current trade is slightly in profit, but who knows what will happen today. I am holding that trade until it sort of goes in a more decisive direction, and I'll probably manually close that at some point if it gets down to this pricing structure down here at the lows on Friday and hitting these cam levels and the previous low. Manually looking to exit that position since we've held that one. In terms of trading for today, we'll probably touch this close gap at some point. Hopefully won't go too far above this confluence up here. So we've got the previous day's high, the R1, and then the breakout long. So if we have a look at the pricing, we would actually be reaching all-time highs if we break above that. So I'm not particularly expecting too much of a rally. Obviously it can always happen. But an ideal trade setup would be down through the close. We'll reach this pricing point here. I'll probably look to exit my position manually. However, it could be an opportunity to get long again. In saying that, that strong sort of downward movement that many bearish traders are looking for, it could mean that this structure will be broken quite easily. So buys at the moment could be a little bit hairy. You don't necessarily want to be on the wrong end of a falling knife, but there is some confluence there. It's in line with the lows and kind of the high structures over here too. So hopefully we'll see a bit of activity and be able to turn the market around if it does come down to this level. Aside from that, I'd be looking at the extremity trades, but nothing too special setting up today. It's kind of opening around the close gap. There's not too much confluence there that I'd be overly happy about getting in on. And also we're kind of trading around those all-time high levels. So it's new territory. It's not something that we can look back on as easily and say, look, this is what the market's probably going to do, because it is new territory. The economics are a bit all over the shop. They're not, on a global sense, they're not overly attractive. And that's sort of adding a little bit to the confusion of being at those all-time highs there. The DAX, not really looking for anything too promising, but perhaps a buy from this sort of area down here, the S1 and the low, maybe up to the close gap. Confidence on that, quite low to be honest. It's not really the best trade setup I've seen. Probably going to stay out of the DAX today. It is a Monday as well, so a lot of the time a Monday can be a really good buying day. Can be good for sells as well, but predominantly looking for longs on a Monday can be an opportunistic position. Flick over to the UK now. We have remained in this sell trade from the Thursday. Didn't get really enough activity for me to I wasn't actually awake for this area anyway, so I'm still in the UK trade. It's kind of hovering at almost break even. With the DAX is about sort of 0.5% up at the moment. So looking to exit those positions when I think it's a reasonable time on a manual basis. In terms of trading setups, again, I'm not overly keen on getting short at these levels here at the previous day's high. It's not far enough away, and the lines, the levels that I'm looking at aren't really strong enough or tight enough together to cause any kind of huge reaction. Potentially we'll head down towards the close gap and similar pricing pathway to what I expect on the DAX. So move down through the close gap and perhaps turn around down at these levels here at the breakout short. We might even get down to the S2, but expecting a bit of a turnaround up towards the close gap again at some point. Again, guys, this isn't really the best setup in the world. Not particularly looking to trade anything new at this moment. So just be aware, guys. It's important to wait for the trades that you really want to get into, that are setting up nicely. They have all the reasons in your favor and they have the right risk reward levels. This kind of trading activity here, your stops might have to be a little bit further away. The targets aren't overly clear and there's no real confluence as to where the market will turn around outside of using price action and other determinants like your depth of market, that kind of thing. So from a pivot point, Camarillo sort of outlay and using that previous price as a determinant of where I expect the market to go, there's nothing overly clear. So being patient, waiting for the good setups can really be quite helpful, staying out of losing trades and just waiting for the right opportunities. So patience is key, guys. That's it from me today. Nothing too exciting, unfortunately, but that's the market. You've got to be here every day to check it and make sure you're on the right track. But at the same time, you don't necessarily have to get in every day. Good luck trading and enjoy your day.